Like I remember one story that my mom used to say that when I was small, like I think I just resumed school and everything, and my sister went to my class. She went to go and collect all my biscuits from the class. Like, who does that, guys? Who does that? Like, she's
No,
like that.
in my defense, I guess I was hungry. I mean, she didn't give me enough snacks.
Not like she didn't give you enough. For me, I think that you're just. I don't
Yeah,
know.
because I was naughty. I was always restless. So
Yeah.
I went to just maybe she no now see her now. She's so slim. Like see the size. So my defense, I needed more snacks. So I think I went to her classroom to go and collect from her snacks and everything. Yeah, because she's my sister. There's nothing sharing, you know.
Yeah, I get. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you are just coming for the first time, you are so welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, kudos to you guys. Okay, so today I have with me a guest, and it's no other person than my sister, like my elder sister, guys.
Hey guys, my name is Toluwaniyemi Fashionu. I'm a fashion designer and a lawyer. People call me Fashres. That's my brand name.
Okay, so I had to drag her here, guys, because like she didn't want to come and show you my video.
This is out of my box, like out of my comfort zone. I feel I've never done this before in my life.
Don't worry, I'm sure along the line she'll get comfortable. So basically, we're just going to be gisting, guys. We're going to be sharing our experience, how it was growing up. So like the thing is that our parents are pastors, like proper Christian background and all of that. So we just thought to come and share our experience, how it was growing up for us. Like, you know, there's this popular narrative that like if you're a pastor, you know, those like you not go out, you'll be praying morning, afternoon, night, you'll be doing this, you'll be doing that, and we just want to like sort of debunk the narrative, you get. So we're just going to be sharing our experience. So let's just go right into it. Okay, so the first question says that how was your experience? Like, how was it like while growing up? Was there any pressure for you while growing up? Like, did you feel pressure that since I'm a child, I'm a pastor's daughter, especially because you are the firstborn?
Not really. I was never. I don't know. Maybe because our own growing up in a pastor's home is not like the typical like growing up in a pastor's home kind of way. Like it was not like a strict environment, so we're still allowed to do anything we wanted to do. So it was not we could go out, we could mingle, we could watch movies, things like that, you get. So it was not really like how did I survive it. Like it was not like, you understand what I'm trying to say. So for me, growing up meant, I don't know, it felt normal.
Okay, let me come in there. I think what she's trying to say is that I know along the line you get to meet our parents, but like they are this kind of cool people. They always like try to act that they are cool and all of that. Like we didn't have that experience that okay, maybe like the typical African parent experience plus pastor's daughter experience, that they'll say that yeah, don't come to my room or don't do this, go and pray, have you prayed today and everything. And that's not to say that we don't have regular quiet time together. You get,
but it's like this. I think for our parents, what they really like invested in us was that our own personal quiet time. Like it was more of the personal thing. Like yes, we had our general things like once in a while to just know if these people are actually studying the Bible and everything. So we got like we had opportunity to share one or two things to our parents and all those things. But it was more of like your own personal quiet time. Like you stay in the presence of, like when you wake up in the morning, you have your own personal thing with God, then you know before you start your day and everything. So it was more like that for us. And then with our parents, like we were so free, like we could just go into our parents' room anytime we wanted, like you know, that kind of thing. So it was not really like a strict thing for us. We were really very free, and we really play with our parents and everything. So it was wonderful.
Okay, so like when she was talking about us doing quiet time together with our parents, and I just remembered our experience, like guys, like we can, okay, my daddy can just say that, oh yeah, let's come and do quiet time. He can just be like, oh yeah, go and eat or do whatever you want to do, because you know that today you're going to stay, like we can stay together for like
it was more like a retreat. Then that was when we start praying for people in Afghanistan, like people in Iraq, this and that. It was so anytime we had like the joint one, it was not like a 30 minutes thing. We were going to be there for like hours. So we actually
Yeah.
preferred even the personal one, so that like what we, like when we're young now, no child will like wanted to sit down for 3 hours. You know what I'm trying to say, so that kind of thing.
Yeah. So that's really good actually. That's really good because I think that I think the reason why I'm asking her these questions is that okay, she's the first child. So I feel like all those orishigishi this thing, I feel like she's the first person that will experience those things firsthand because she's the first child. But like okay, I didn't tell you. We are just three. She's the first child, I'm the second, and we have a younger brother. So I feel like being the first child and also being the first girl, like
Mind you, she keeps on mentioning first child. We have like less than 2 years in between us, so it was not really like a first child kind of thing. We experienced it together because we have just a 2 years old girl and a baby. Like, what's the difference? By the time I'm 4, she's 2, so it's like almost the same thing.
okay, so like what I'm saying is that see, we used to argue very much in our family. Like we like to argue a lot. So what I'm saying is that okay, you know that even our parents, they are just like with her, that's the first time being a parent.
Yeah, I get.
So there's some things that they want to try. That maybe with the second child, they already know how this affects, how this is going to turn out to be, and they might not do some certain things again. You get. That's basically how a bit of how our experience was. So the question I asked as the second part, and it says that was there any pressure for you while growing up to behave in a certain way? So over to you.
So okay, yeah, well, like not really pressure. I will not call it pressure, but now, when you are going out or when you want to dress a certain way, and your parents, or especially your mom, is like, okay, I'm a pastor, you get. I'm a pastor. People are watching you. People should lead by examples. That kind of thing. So while growing up, we're not allowed to wear trousers. It was like a big deal for us. Like, I don't get it. Like, why? What's going on? So it was like a big deal. So like anything we do was always like, because okay, it's this way. As a pastor's child in our church, like we're like one of the older ones. So we had a lot of younger ones. So like people that are still trying to discover themselves. So when they see us in church, I was like, okay, that is so and so's daughter. They are dressed like this. Why can't we dress like that? So it was like that for us. So we had to like properly dressed, cover up well, watch what we say, you get that kind of thing. So it was just like that. So the pressure was like, I don't know, look up to Jesus, not up to me. You get that kind of thing. So I feel that's the way it was like.
Okay, I think for me, or linking it to what she said, like it just seemed like my mom especially, she always had like the scriptural example for everything. Like she'll be like, okay, if don't do this because you have to present yourself as a living sacrifice, you have to do this, you have to do that, and everything. And for me too, I think there was a bit of pressure actually, and I get that okay, it's normal, right? You're trying to train your child, like the scripture expects you as parents to train your child, so it's normal for you to do certain things, right? Okay, like that was a good one actually, because I can relate so well to those experiences. You get. Okay, so the next question says that how did you deal with rebuke from your parents?
Okay, so I really can't remember if there was any like major conversation I had with my parents, like sit down and let's talk to you, those kind of things. But the only things I know that my parents had problem with in those days was maybe going out to see my friends, because my mom was always like, can your friends also come over?
Come on,
that was, if you want to go to a friend's house, the next thing is your friends, can't they always like come over? Why do you have to be the one going to their side always? That kind of thing. But you know that like for a young person, you actually prefer going out, like for the scenery and every other thing, that bringing friends over, like you have to entertain them, you have to do this. I don't know, maybe you understand what I'm trying to say. So it was more of something like that for me. And while growing up, I feel I was a kind of person that if you say don't do this is what I would like to do. Like I was stubborn.
This one, like she was very. That's why I thought I was very stubborn.
All areas. Academically, I was not just involved. Physically, I was not just available. That kind of thing. And I can remember there was a story. Okay, that my parents used to say to now that when I was much younger, like in primary school or something. So if my mom comes to pick us in school, my friends, all those our small friends, they'll be running from the classroom to the entrance of the gate, like mommy told I scored 0 today. It's, to me, all those things, I don't care. Like, who cares? Whatever, like a problem for me. So you get that kind of person. Like, so I feel that my parents, maybe they will be wondering like, what kind of child do we have like as a firstborn? Like it was a lot for them. So they were trying to like things that my younger ones were not doing. I was doing everything. I was like the first, the second, the third, but it was handful for them. So that kind of, so you know now they want to be advising you, don't do this, don't follow boys, don't do that, don't play outside, don't do this, read your books. Another thing is another story about reading books. I have a lot of academical gist. I can remember when I was preparing for my senior WAEC exams and all those things, because I stayed at home. If I had lots of textbooks, as per civil servants' children, teachers' child, you have all the textbooks that you need. I would just pack everything on the bed. I would sleep in the middle of those books. But I will be reading those books in my dreams. So it was like that for me. So you can imagine the kind of trouble like I was going to be getting into. Then another story for the gram. I'm putting myself out there so that you can know. When I was about to sit for my literature exam, like I remember that my mom, because she was a literature and an English teacher before she became a principal, she gets. So she was going to be reading this text. You know, there are a lot of texts you have to read in literature as an art student. So she was supposed to be reading this text to me, like, you know, like bedtime stories, so that I'm able to get them. Because if she doesn't do that, my dear, I'm not going to be reading them. So she had a lot. She will definitely come and gist to people when she comes to the channel. So the rebuke was just like that. It was just, I was always being rebuked. Yes, don't do this. Are you the only one? Why you this? Why you that? But it was still fun because I was never that to go and sit in one corner and be crying about it. You know.
All right. Okay, so I would like to say that this rebuke is coming from the kind of person she is, not because our parents are just wicked and they just want to punish her. Like, from my experience now, she can testify to you that like she was actually very, very stubborn when she was growing up. So it's not like our parents were just unnecessarily like just wanted to
like,
beat
I don't want to give it to myself because I don't think I can go through that stress. They're
just trying to like just train her, you get, and all of that. And then when she was sharing her experience, like I remember one story that my mom used to say that when I was small, like I think I just resumed school and everything, and my sister went to my class. She went to go and collect all my biscuits from the class. Like, who does that, guys? Who does that? Like, she's
no,
like that.
In my defense, I guess I was hungry. I mean, she didn't give me enough snacks.
Not like she didn't give you enough. For me, I think that you're just.
Because I was naughty. I was always restless. So
yeah.
I went to just maybe see her now. She's so slim. Like see the size. So my defense, I needed more snacks. So I think I went to her classroom to go and collect from her snacks and everything. Yeah, because she's my sister. There's no sharing, you know.
Yeah, I get. And then for me, like my own experience, like dealing with rebuke and everything, I think I had that with my dad. So there was this particular day, I can never forget that experience. I wanted to go out. I edit dress. Like I did to my daddy I was going to go out. And then like I've finished dressing and everything. So I now told him that I was going. And he was like, where are you going to? Who told you are going out? After he has already approved. Like I can never forget that experience. I don't think you were there. Like I finished dressing and everything. And then when I finally go out with my friends, by 3 o'clock, they're already calling me from home that becoming home. I'm like,
again. I could sleep there.
Yeah, that's
don't come back to this house. So that
like,
kind of thing.
It will not be like I'm the first person that will always leave every outing. Like my friends, then like they will still be around playing and everything, and then me I have to be going home. Like those things there. Like I guess that was their own way of training me, or like just trying to show me that okay, you have to do this, like you have to learn this.
I remember that there was one time when I was younger, like, I wanted to just pack away from the house and just run away. I don't know why. I had forgotten what that. Maybe my daddy had snapped or beat me or one thing or the other at that time. But I just wanted to pack away, like I was going to go and for my parents, you know, that kind of thing. So, but it was all fun.
Yeah, when I relive all the memories and everything, like it's just like you said, like it's all
It
fun,
was
right?
all for like
it was all
going
fun,
back
right?
and looking back.
Yeah, like just to put a balance to it, as much as our parents were very cool, like guys, they were cool. Like they are still cool because our parents are still alive. It seems like we have been talking in the past. Our parents are still very much alive, and by God's grace, you are going to be seeing them on this channel. Like as much as they were trying to be cool parents, they still ensure that we had the right standards. We knew the standard and we were following the standard. We're not just living our lives anyhow we wanted to. And like I think I'm really grateful to that as well. Like I'm really grateful to that. Like kudos to them. Like thumbs up to my parents, guys. Okay, let's go to the next question.
Moving on.
Okay, the next question says that now that we've shared our experience, how it was like for us growing up, how we dealt with rebuke and all of that. So now that we are older, like that's your question. Now that you're older, do you think that things could have been done differently, or do you think that those things were necessary to make you who you are now?
From my side or for my parents, like my parents would have done differently.
Yeah, do you think maybe they should have done differently?
I don't think so, because just like I said earlier, I was an handful. So even if I had myself as a child, I think I would have just failed because I was a lot. You know, when you have a child that you always have to like, will keep you on your toes. Like you always have to just monitor like what she doing now, like that kind of a thing. I was just a restless child. So I think they did everything by the book.
Okay, so I think we've really said a lot in this video. And we said a lot in this video, like we said a lot, and I just want us to balance it to some extent. So what advice do you have to like younger generations, like now that you're much older, what do you think that you'd tell like 10 years old Tolu? Like what do you think you tell the child?
Okay, so what I would tell my younger self is that those friends that was having a problem, my parents, about, give them 2 years. People will end up just not talking again. Like I feel it was not just worth it. Like looking back now, those friends now, where are they now? Like people have lost communication one way or the other. So it was just not worth it. Now those days I was always like I wanted to go out, visit people, all those kind of things. But now I'm older. Like I've been in Lagos for over 3 months now, and I've not even gone out once. So, and if I wanted to, I would have. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like at the end of the day, like you get tired of those things. Like you have your own life to experience life. So like just enjoy your childhood, live it day by day. Your parents know better. They want you to not make the mistakes they made in their own time. Yeah, so that is why they're just trying to like hold you there, do this, restrict your movement and everything. And at the end of the day, it made us better people.
Like, guess who's a lawyer now?
Yes, I'm a lawyer. My sister is a chartered accountant. Yeah. Our younger brother is a medical doctor. So you understand that kind of thing. I feel we are fulfilled in every aspect. I know that my parents they gave us a bit of everything, so that when we go out there, we will not feel as if we grew up in a village. We had the experience of so many things. I remember like when there was a computer, like when computer was like was ready in that period, you know, that kind of thing. Like they bought a computer system for us so that we will have an experience of. Although we didn't even use to do anything, we just to play games. When DSTV was out, they got those things for us. Like when this was out, all things that would naturally like make children feel like, oh, I want to go to my friend's house. Like we had all those things, so we really enjoyed our childhood and everything. We just didn't go on holidays but it was wonderful for what they could afford. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So just live, don't give yourself pressure. All those friends that you feel you're missing out, you really are not, because when you think about you'll be wondering like what was the thing all for. So you understand what I'm trying to. So just live your life.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so like my own advice to the younger generation, I would like to use a Bible reference, and because when she was talking, the scripture that came to my mind is in Proverbs chapter 22 verse 6, that talks about training up your child in the way that it should go, that even when he's old, he will not depart from it. So I would just like to say that your parents they're not the bad guys. God gave it to them to fulfill a purpose. They should train up their child. and they are accountable to God. They are going to account to God what they did with those children. And that's why they're just trying to ensure that you have the right standards, you are trained up in the way of the Lord, you know God. You know how Samuel had to go and live with Eli because his mom, which is Anna, wanted him to know the right standards. So gave Samuel back to the Lord, okay, so that he could have the right standards. So I feel like that's what our parents are just trying to do. They're just trying to like ensure that we know God, we have the right standards, we know the right things. Imagine if we had everything. If we say that we want this, we have it already. Like, I feel like we even turn out worse.
We will still not have given you a better standard. You get, because
I feel like we'll probably turn out worse than we turned out. You get, and everything. So like, just be patient.
Yes.
Understand that these people are not the bad guys. They are only performing their duties as parents. I mean,
to the best of their knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, there's no manual for how you train your child. You just do it what you feel is right. So even in a place where they maybe might have exaggerated a bit, it was just because this is their own first time. If you were in their shoes, you might probably have done worse than what they did. So let's just give our parents a break. Let's just give them a break and help them so that we all turn out. It's for our own good at the end of the day. When people see you outside and they see that, oh wow, I like you, I like you, you'll be the one to benefit from the training at the end of the day, not them. You get so.
That's really good. That's really good. And yeah, so do you have anything you want to say? Okay, yeah. My advice to parents, please. I think you guys even need this more in this generation now. Like things are getting tough and everything. And I feel like everything is not just about beating up a child. There are different tactics to this. I'm not a parent, right? But I was once a child, so I know what I would have wanted as a child. I think that as parents, you should communicate more to your child. Like try to. It doesn't have to be like, okay, let me beat them. Sometimes you guys just talk and just gist and just try to get into their minds and everything. Like communication is very, very key.
It's very important.
Parent and child relationship. Ensure that you communicate with your children. Ensure that you try to understand them, and everything, and also give them time. Also pray for them, guys. You cannot overemphasize.
You can never have enough prayer. Like you always have to pray.
Keep praying for them. Like even if you see anything they are doing and they are not changing, and you have beat them, you have complained, you have communicated, like, and there's still no change. Like I feel like the final thing to do is to pray for them, because God gave you these children. Like they are a gift from God, and you have to go back to be like, God, these children, they're a handful. Like you just be so surprised that like you start seeing changes that even that's even like realistic generally, even with spouses and everything. When it seems like you are complaining every time and you're not seeing changes, just start praying and then you start seeing changes.
And that thing is, please, parents, please don't compare your first child
comparison
to your second child. Because your first is a saint does not mean your second will be a saint. The way you handle them might be different, definitely be different. Don't compare them. My parents never compared with my younger ones. It was never a thing that like it was never a thing. Yet don't compare your children, because at the end of the day you might regret it. Just treat them like as an individual, because they are an individual. The way you train them will be different, and may God help us all in this journey.
Amen. Because we really need the help of God. Okay, so like, thanks for coming to my channel. Guys, if you like having my sister around, drop a comment below. Let her know that she came somewhere. Like, let her know that she came to my channel and all of that. And please, guys, have you subscribed? Cause
please subscribe.
I need as many subscribers as I can get.
This is free. This is free. Subscribing to a channel does not cost you anything. Just press that button. And support in the ministry.
Like, and the subscribe button